Chapter 1. Friday the 7th of July 2023. Canterbury, England. Harley Cole sat in his best friend's brand new black Ford something. He never had been good with cars, with the wonderful smell that only brand new fresh from the factory cars had, that reminded him of great sweets as a child, and the soft leather felt so silky against his skin as he sat on the large black passenger seat. The little black Ford drove slowly down the narrow country lanes, with thick blackberry bushes lining either side, and Harley actually couldn't remember the last time he had ever been down country lanes. They were just awful in his opinion, but his best friend Douglas was just driving so expertly that he didn't mind at all. Even the delightful hints of blackberry managed to barely cut through the aroma of the new car. Harley realized that he was really going to like this trip. Granted, the dirt country lane road was a little worsened for wear, but he didn't mind. These country lanes in the south of England were hardly used too much, and every trip with Douglas was a small adventure in its own right. And as the setting sun turned the sky a striking fiery orange with pink streaks running through it, he realized this was exactly the sort of break him and Douglas needed after finishing up their undergrad degrees. Harley had loved his psychology degree, specializing in clinical psychology, or mental health as he always explained it to everyone, but those last exams were just a nightmare. Hopefully he passed, but he knew he would. He worked way too hard, and had barely gone out in the last year, to make sure he knew everything he could for those exams. The little Ford turned left and went down another very long country lane, with the blackberry bushes being replaced with tall oak trees with branches shooting out in all directions, managing to block out some of the setting sun. Birds sang for the final time in the distance before the sun set, and Harley just looked at his best friend and was so grateful he had wanted him along. Harley had to admit that Douglas had to have some sort of ulterior motive, because they were currently driving towards Canterbury, England, so they could both pay their respects to Douglas's dead grandmother. The entire family was meant to be coming, so Harley had no idea why Doug had been so insistent that he came. Normally Harley would have refused, and he did at first, but Doug had played up the fact that he was so upset and he just wanted a friendly face. It also didn't exactly help that Harley hadn't been home to Canterbury for the 3 years of his degree, and his parents had always been away on business, but they too were back in Canterbury. So it wouldn't exactly be a bad idea to see them in person for once, instead of the twice-a-week video chat that normally lasted for an hour or two, depending on what him and Mum called the state of the family stuff. He had already agreed to spend all of August with them, but he was just looking forward to seeing them. Harley laughed, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?